Welcome to SRA 221. In this lecture, we will be discussing the Vigenère cipher. What is the Vigenère cipher? The focus of the cipher is the use of polyalphabetic substitution. The idea of substitution is to encode plain text, usually letters or numbers, using a substitution rule. It means that this approach maintains the order of the units in the message, but replaces them with other symbols or groups of symbols. We will now take a look at an example of how to encode a message based on the different positions of each character. In this example, you can see that each letter is a unique position number in the alphabet. For example, the position of letter F is 5. The ciphertext is determined by adding the position number of the key character by character to the plain text string. If the sum is less than 26, then the position number of the ciphertext is the sum. If the sum is greater than 26, then the position number of ciphertext is a sum subtracting 26. Here we will encrypt the word encryption using the key secret. What we will utilize here is a block cipher. A block cipher means that if the plain text is split into blocks of equal length, then this length is equal to the size of the key. We encrypt letter by considering the position of the character and the plain text with the corresponding position of the key element being used for encryption. So, for example, the position of E plus the position of S, 4 plus 18, equals 22. 22 is W, because that is the position of W. Notice that we applied the same key to each block. So the question is, if we do addition to encrypt, what type of operation makes sense to do for decryption? This is the opposite and therefore subtraction. Subtract the position of the ciphertext from the position of the key character, and then we will obtain the plain text. For example, the position of Y is 24. The position of E is 4. The position of the ciphertext char is 24 plus 4 equals 28. When we wrap back to the beginning of the alphabetic, A's position is 26, B's position is 27, and C's position is 28. The ciphertext char is C. In summary, substitution is a very basic yet effective form of encryption, or encryption technique. It encodes a plain text using some sort of substitution rule. The message appears to be totally garbage, although it is not, and you will need a key and an algorithm in order to go from plain text to ciphertext. Remember that the key is usually considered secret, especially in the case of symmetric encryption, which is the class of algorithms that we are looking at here.